Yeah, I felt compelled to make a video. Um, I guess I wanted to post one video at least in 2015. Um, it's been a pretty terrible year for me. Um, and I just wanted to check in and say hello. Uh, yeah, I had, well, we've had some 4 separate water issues here at the house that caused us to literally take out the floors of the entire house. Some of the joists and beams and sill plates. So, yeah, all the subfloor is brand new. Every square inch. Yeah, and it's started in October of 2014, and here we are, December 30th, 2015, and we're not done. Yeah. I've learned a lot about construction, water damage, mold. I've learned more about mold than I ever wanted to learn. We had to have mold remediation. So, yeah, that was fun. We had an attractive danger, do not enter mold remediation on our front door for, I don't know, a couple of months. That was fun. That was over Halloween, so, we considered it a decoration. It's kind of a Halloween thing. Yeah, so couldn't decorate for Halloween, couldn't decorate for Thanksgiving, didn't have Thanksgiving really here, and then Christmas. Well, I bought a little 2-foot Christmas tree because I like the live trees. They smell so good, right? And had a little teeny weeny tree and a Charlie Brown tree and all that. Yeah. I've actually made several videos all about the house because that's been all I've been doing all year, house stuff. Yeah, so I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. It's just all that's been going on, and then my cat died, which was horrible in April, and I'm still in deep mourning because we were very close. And Jack had died about September before, and I've actually never been without pets before, and that's kind of weird. But Jack could not have handled the lack of floor. I'm not sure Chuck wasn't happy about that either, but being a cat, she was a little more agile and kind of jump. But yeah, it would have been really hard on Jack to try to navigate the tiny areas which we were in, and we didn't want to move out because I didn't want to live in a well, I don't know where we'd be living for a few months, which turned into what are we 15 months now or something. And meeting the workers here at 7 a.m. and everything, and it's just hard to do that living somewhere else. It's been it's been like I don't know what it's been like. We've got no kitchen, and well, we had a kitchen up until the beginning of September, I think. We had to tear that out because that was rotting away. Yeah. Most of our furniture's in storage. And what's weird is that after all this time, I really don't miss it. I think that's kind of sad. If the furniture never came back, I'm not sure I would really care. Although the empty rooms are a little, weird, but we didn't have floors, so it just seemed to be, normal, I guess. I'm starting to ramble because that's what I do. Yeah. What else? Yeah. So I'm looking forward to 2015 going away, and yeah, I'm not sure what I'm going to do without having workers at my house all the time when this is done. I think back in August, I jokingly said that it would be March before we were finished, and I was just saying that sort of facetiously. But I think that's maybe the end of February. Maybe. Now, we've sort of sped up on things. I've had to light a fire under people, and it's gotten ugly quite a bit. Well, not quite a bit. I've had a few meltdowns. I've had a few. We'll just call them meltdowns. Yeah. It's been quite a challenge on the sanity, keeping it. I'm not sure I'm winning, really. But I don't think I have the crazy eyes like I did before. I was walking around like this all the time. It was overwhelming, and I was here a lot to oversee and make sure things were done, and I had to meet all different people, and so it's become a full-time job watching the workers, even though there's contractors. They're not always here, and I'm amazed how many questions all day long. What about this and this and that? And I'm like, God, what if I wasn't here to answer these questions? I don't even know. And we were able to move into the master bedroom, which is technically still not finished, and the master bath, because we had to move out of this. Well, the wall behind me here was the guest room, and all the floors were buckling, and then mold and whatnot. So we had to move back into the master suite, which was 95% done, and that was in August, the beginning of August. So we moved out in January and moved back into the master suite in August to then do the rest of the house. So I'm not sure where I'm going with this now. I've kind of lost my train. It's been a very long day today. I'm not sure why I felt compelled to make it today because I'm so tired and all that. But here we are. 8 minutes and 26 seconds. Anyway, I have no idea what I was going to talk about. It's gone. Keeping an eye on the guys working. Of course, I love learning new things and kind of how things work, and so I'm always probably to the annoyance of the workers sometimes, inquisitive as to what they're doing, why they're doing it, how they're doing it, this, that, and the other. One of the guys taught me how to do the tape and bed and mudding and texturing, and so I can do that now. I know it's a skill that I hope I don't have to use really, but I'm glad I know how to do it and all that. Anyway, I digress. They were laying the tile down in the master bath, and we have it sort of staggered, the tiles like that, and they laid it out except for the shower pan, and I'll do a one of those before and after videos, because I've been videoing the whole process, not so much me talking about it, although there's a few scary bits on video of me talking about it in various March and April, whatever, but a lot of the video of the house just to document the progress and kind of how things were and so on. And anyway, I'd like to do the before and after, so I will post that, and so you see what I'm, talking about. I'll probably talk about some of this stuff again, but in the bathroom, we have the shower, and I didn't want any ledges or lips, or I just wanted a shower that just gradually would, slope down and no door. So it's, when I'm old and feeble, they can just wheel me right in and hose me off. Because we'll never be able to sell the house for all that we put into it, fixing it. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm digressing again. So they laid down tile over the whole bathroom except for the shower. They were saving that. And then they put the shower pan in, and because it was a slope, and they wanted to make sure they were doing it right, because it's, it's all this stuff. So they did that. They taped it all up with the paper like you see behind me here. And weeks and weeks are going by between things happening. It was just this painfully slow process. Painfully. So when he came to the shower pan, I'm walking, I'm talking with him, and getting to know the guys, because I'm here, and asking questions and blah blah blah. And he starts laying out the tile in the shower. I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm laying the tile in the shower." I'm like, "You're doing the wrong pattern." He's like, "What?" I said, "Yeah, we're staggered, and you're side by side." No, that's not the pattern. But had I not been there to say, "What are you doing?" then I would have got home, and we would have had two different patterns of tile, which would have been weird and not okay. And then they would have to rip the tile up, which I'm not sure they could have done so without tearing out the shower pan. So, that in itself took weeks, because they had to put the shower pan and the set and then blah blah blah. And I'm like, I can't add to this timeline. We're at that point, that was July. No, they did the tile like in May or June or something. And it was just, I really feel like it's been one long day, pretty much, because I have to tell you, I've kind of worn the same thing, except when it's been hot. I'm not totally insane. But I've worn, I've got work jeans that I'm wearing now, because you can't see them. Why would you, and why would you care? But I've literally worn holes in the knees from working around the house, trying to, help out and offset some of the costs by doing some basic grunt work myself. Because the insurance paid for a fair amount of it, but it's quite staggering. We literally could have bulldozed this entire house and built a brand new one, all of it, every bit of it, for what it's costing us to repair this house. So, yeah. But I say that once we took it down to, the dirt, pretty much, taking all the floor out, and with all the mold, we had to take a lot of sheetrock, and so we decided that whilst it was in sort of, this state of just 2x4s, that we would reconfigure some things to make them work for us. We wanted to reconfigure the master bedroom, bathroom, suite area, make it a little more user-friendly and make more sense, because it was a lot of space in there that just was poorly utilized. So, trying to make that work, moving walls and this, that, and the other. And we did that in here. And so I think it's going to be great when it's all done. And it's going to be solid. But, the expense of repairing everything, and then the added expense of, making the changes, it's been, it's really been dizzying, to be honest with you. When you're buying a car or something that along that line, where you're adding, like a package, you're buying a car and you're like, well, let's throw the CD player in. That's, I don't know, how much money? And, heated seats, yeah, it's another $5,000, whatever, exaggerating, of course. But you start adding all those things again, like, what's more money, you just start adding all these things together, and then you get to this point of like, well, I've already spent this much money. You might as well just spend a little bit more to get exactly what you want. So, yeah, that's. So I'm rambling again. I'm going. Okay. 15 minutes, and I don't think I'm going to edit. So, if you made it this far, as people like to say in really long videos, if you've made it this far, well, you obviously have a lot of time on your hands. So, but thank you, and Happy New Year. Let's hope 2016 is better. I can't say it can't get worse, because people have said that to me all year long, and I think whatever entity has kind of settled in this house has taken that on as a challenge, and so it's I'm not saying that. I think it's going to be better. It's going to be better, but I think I think whatever is in the house, we've come to terms. We're getting along. So I think I think we've kind of reached an agreement, sort of. I know I'm gonna go, possibly to sleep.